Is there anyone who you have made a choice not to be with in this life anymore, not to engage with them, and they still come up? You have mutual friends, people you know them, they report in on what's going on with this person. And you want to be cool about it. Maybe it's an ex or a former enemy or coworker, could be anything, any kind of context, though. I don't have any feelings about them anymore. But oh, actually I do. Actually I do. So who's some one of those former someones you may have been close to or had some intensity in your connection at one time, and they're no longer around, but there's still this lingering energy that seems to be coming up around them. And could you go behind any story about them or that they're why this feeling is here? And could you just feel that feeling? Notice it. Allow it to be there. Could you make that feeling bigger, continuing to focus on the energy? The thoughts pop in, pop out. Could you stay with the feeling? Could you sit with this energy without trying to change it, explain it, just feel it? And could you release? Would you release and be cool? Free of this person, whether you hear about them or not. And it's okay to have feelings about people who've been in our lives who aren't there anymore. Our relationships changed, it's fizzled out, not really there. But if I bring them to mind or someone mentions them, they're still, I'm still aware of this energy. There's this energy there. I'm not cool. I'm, I'm hot. Some buzzing happening. Could you just go behind the thoughts and pictures and notice that heat, that energy, that arousal of feeling? And could you let that feeling be there? And maybe some kind of idea of what the feeling is or what it's about comes up. Could you come back to the feeling? Just watching, noticing the energy and what it does. And could you give it up? Surrender it. Would you give it up if you could? Surrender it. Maybe it goes, maybe it doesn't. No rush. And when could you let it go? Now, later, anytime's fine. And you ever have a ex or a former friend or a partner, former coworker, anyone who's been there before, and you think you should be completely free of this person without feelings? Shouldn't matter to me anymore what's going on with them. No, when they come up, it still matters. Seems like it anyway. I'm having this feeling, even though I've made a decision not to engage with them anymore. I'm still having this energy come up when I think about them. Could you think about them for just a moment and see what comes up? And could you go behind any of that thinking? Just ignore the thoughts right now. And in this energy, maybe it's sitting somewhere. Could be in the chest, head, back, wherever it is for you. Could you feel it and dive in? Could you go deeper into wherever it is, whatever it is? And just notice whatever is coming up. Could you allow? And could you let it go? Would you let it go if you could? When? And who should you have moved on from, been cool about, forgiven and forgotten? But it seems like it's not really true if I open up. Could you notice somebody from the past who seems like you should have moved on, but just the mention of their name or the thought of them brings up this energy? And could you allow that energy to come up in this moment? Perhaps even welcoming it, embracing it. And could you continue allowing this energy to be there, welcoming it, allowing it, embracing it, or just noticing it? Just being aware of what's been carried or stored. And that's how you let it up, let it move, let it get unstuck just by noticing it, feeling it. Could you do that? And just ignore the thoughts as best you can. And could you let go? Would you let go? When? And who's that person? And could you just check in again and notice the energy? Does it seem like I should be different when I bring this person to mind? I shouldn't have these feelings. And just whatever's coming up now, could you allow it to be there? Whether it's the feelings about the person or the feelings about the feelings about the person, could you just let that arise? Perhaps even turn it up. Feel that more. Focus on the thoughts less. Could you expand that energy? Let it get bigger. Could you even hold on to it? Keep it? You've been doing it already. Could you just notice it there? Let it be there. And could you, if you've been holding it this whole time, could you release it? Would you release it if you could? And maybe it releases, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it lightens, maybe it still seems stuck. Maybe I just don't want to feel this energy and I'm not letting it up. Just noticing whatever is there for you and checking in with this feeling around this person who's not even here or not even in my life anymore. If the mere mention of their name or the thought of them, it's like popping the cap of a bottle, the pressure comes up. Could you allow that feeling pressure to move? Don't give anything for it to hit. Just for right now, could you let it flow? And just watching and witnessing wherever the energy is. Is it sitting somewhere in the gut, in the shoulders, neck? Could be anywhere. And could you allow yourself to watch and feel whatever's happening? And could you release? Would you release? And let's take a look. So this person, they might still be around, might not be, but they might be mentioned or seen in some way or some form. And is there resisting being at peace with this person or just accepting whatever they did, whatever you did with them, and wherever the relationship is now? Is there any refusal, denial, or resistance to feeling acceptance or peace? And that's okay without making right or wrong of it. Could you allow any resistance to feeling acceptance with this person or peace with them? Could you resist accepting wherever you and they are? Could you resist being at peace with yourself and them and whatever happened and is happening now? Could you resist more? Think less. And could you drop the resistance? Let that go. Maybe it's done. Maybe it's not. Would you stop resisting? Drop it, let it go, and allow some acceptance and peace into the relationship, whatever's going on, whatever happened. Even if you never see him again, the mere thought of them could come up. Somebody could mention them. And could you notice any fighting being at peace or accepting where y'all are now? How things seem to be? Is there any pushing away peace with this person or their memory? Any pushing away acceptance? Stuffing it? And without making good or bad of it, could you allow any resisting your peace and acceptance with where you and they are now and whatever happened? Could you resist more? Stuff the peace, stuff the acceptance, not let it up. Could you allow the resistance to these higher frequencies of acceptance and peace? Resist more. And could you surrender the resistance? Turn it over. Perhaps allow that acceptance and peace to flow. Would you surrender the resisting? There's acceptance and peace. You never have to. And could you surrender the resistance to acceptance and peace with this person? And taking a moment, just notice any shifts in energy around this person. There could be more to release. There could be more. Or maybe it's lightened, shifted. Hit the next frequency. And could you let that flow? It's going for you.